Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name is Jane, this is my channel, International Tarot. I wanted to do a quick message regarding private readings if you're interested, okay? I just put up a temporary booking page. I'm still building out my site, but it's only going to be available till June 14th, and then I'm going to be turning it off again because I have a visitor coming here to visit me in Bali, and I won't be able to be doing privates. And then again in July for only a couple weeks. Likely I'm going to be moving to Europe after the middle of July or into early August. So it's going to be kind of sporadic, and I apologize for that, but I just got to work around my schedule a little bit. So thank you so much again, and enjoy your reading. Hello Gemini, how are you? Welcome to your love reading for the month of June. Thank you guys so much for being here. I've already prepared the deck and am ready to get started. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. Okay. Six of Cups with the Strength reversed as the crossing or challenged position. Some of you may be feeling very nostalgic this month, you know, longing toward the past or thinking about an ex, or you know, maybe some of you have already experienced a union or a connection with someone from the past as well, rendering you a little bit weak, giving you some, you know, maybe this person is a little bit of an Achilles heel, or you have a little bit of a soft spot for them. Maybe it's likely that you are trying to remain strong, or likely trying to remain, you know, powerful, but yet this person just kind of has an effect on you. You know, if you're single, this really could be someone that you have, you know, feelings, unresolved issues. If you're married or in a relationship, it really could just be longing for the good days and wanting those back, therefore willing to do whatever it takes to get those things back. This can be a little bit of a dangerous situation if the person that you're longing for or reaching to the past to reconnect with, whether they're reaching to you or you're reaching to them, was not healthy for you, and we'll kind of see how it goes. And maybe some of you wanting some second chances, or someone else wanting second chances with you, and you kind of being like, ugh, like I kind of want to, you know, I remember those good days. I remember those good times that we had, and I do want them back. I've always wanted them back, and so doing what it takes to get them back. Death in the foundational and the Fool reversed in the past positions. So death will start with, and I actually love the way death is in this particular, sorry, I'm going to try to figure out my camera here. I love the way that death is portrayed here in this deck, because it is a very peaceful image, okay? It's very peaceful and accepting, and yes, there is sadness, and yes, there is sorrow. And I think some of you have gone through this death process already, or you are in the midst of it. And this sort of reconnection with the past, or bringing up past issues, or whatever it is, that it could actually be a hindrance to your progression and to your progress that you've made. Likely there was a lot of hesitation in the past and unwilling to really take hold of something. Now, this could have been, you know, an unwillingness to have a relationship with someone, and maybe this is a second chance. I don't know. Maybe there was something that someone wanted you to get on board with, and they're kind of resurfacing that issue. Maybe there's, you know, there's a reason why the Fool is reversed. There's a reason why you are unable or unwilling to really take that leap of faith, or someone was unwilling to take that leap of faith. There's a reason why there was hesitation. Why was there hesitation? Maybe it wasn't good for you. Maybe your intuition was telling you it was bad, or that it was wrong, that it wasn't in line with how you saw your life going. Doesn't have to be so negative though, right? I mean, it could be something really simple, just something you just didn't want to do and that was it. Maybe it caused a couple issues in the relationship, but maybe you've moved on, but now your partner is kind of bringing it back up, or kind of, you know, tapping on your shoulder about it again, and you're like, oh, like, I love you so much, but I'm really going to have to stand firm, or you're going to at least want to stand firm on where you stand on some type of an issue. Devotee of Cups. I see this often as it's a messenger, right? The Page of Cups, if you will. You know, I think whatever was unresolved will still remain unresolved for now. You know, I don't think that you're going to hear what you want to hear. You're not going to hear what you need to hear. And maybe someone is kind of resurfacing, or either you're reaching back, like I said before. Maybe you're the one kind of doing the reaching out, and yet that person, I don't think, is really gonna deliver what you want. I'm not seeing the most, you know, a lot of progress with this particular set of cards that we've pulled out so far, and someone isn't saying something, someone isn't delivering something, maybe apologies aren't being expressed, right, or forgiveness isn't being given, and you're just kind of left with lingering, unresolved something, you know? And the fact that this kind of came back or resurfaced really is disrupting your healing process. The Devil, or the Siren in this particular deck. Can you guys see it okay? Hopefully you can. Okay. The Siren. It is, I love the way that who put this deck together? Hildegard Hinkle put this deck together and chose this particular piece of art for the Devil. It is a very lustful, right? It's kind of, you know, addictive type of nature, but it is often something that we don't necessarily see as something good for us. There's obviously something that wasn't good for you. Siren, it can speak to commitment and choice as well, and sometimes the commitment that we have is for the sake of commitment and not necessarily for the greater good. Obligation for the sake of obligation, because just whatever, there was hesitation. So why were you hesitating? Why were you hesitating? Why weren't you like, yes, let's do this? Where was the enthusiasm? Where was the excitement about everything, you know? And there's a reason why it wasn't there. And it is now coming and becoming that noose around your neck again. I don't think that it's going to end badly, okay? It's just kind of something that's more of a nuisance than anything, something that you have to deal with, you have to think about. I don't think any of you really want to be thinking about this right now, right? It's just something that's kind of just like, kind of creates a lot of weight on your shoulders and affects you in kind of a negative way. Now, the Eight of Wands is promising because it shows manifestation and it shows rapid change, okay? I think you are trying to rapidly move from one place to the next, maybe rapidly trying to move away from this. There may even be an element of avoidance of this as well. So when it comes back, you might not even respond or react, right? Maybe this devotee or this Page of Cups is you. Maybe you're not the one entertaining a conversation or entertaining the issue, and you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna agree to this. I don't feel like it. It's not in my best interest. I don't want it. And the fact that you're bringing it up again makes me a little bit angry. So I'm just gonna, you know, move on and do my thing and do my life the way I need to do it. And you do. Now, Eight of Wands can be a little bit tricky as well, because it can lean toward the element of pressure. Like you're pressuring yourself to change. You're pressuring yourself to get from point A to point B, and not necessarily from a well thought out perspective. Likely more in reaction to this Devil up here, in reaction to get away from something that you know is not good for you, or something that you know you don't want. So you just kind of push your way through. Now, I will tell you that right now we have Mars and the Sun in Gemini. Happy birthday to all you Geminis. Mars in Gemini is very scattered and very It's great for initiating things, and it's great for doing things, and it's great for ideas and brainstorming and like innovation. It's a really powerful force behind you for that kind of stuff. But when it comes to carrying things out, or when it comes to direction, it's not the best, right? And we're moving into Cancer. Mars is supposed to go from Gemini into Cancer within the next week or so. And again, it still lends itself to when you don't feel like doing something, you're not going to do it. It's very mood based. So it does lend you to be a little bit more reactionary as opposed to more responsive with like making responsible decisions. So just be cognizant of how you are transitioning from like away from something, and that it is not haphazard, or it's not a little bit brash, that it is thought out, because right now you have the power to make a lot of things come into reality for you. So don't waste that opportunity. We also recently had the supermoon in Gemini as well, so that's exciting. And that is kind of like a make-a-wish type of energy as well. Make a wish and it will come true. Now we're kind of in a little bit of a cycle. We had the full moon in Scorpio, we have this moon in Gemini, and then the next one coming up at the end of June as well in Cancer. It's kind of like a 3-series thing, I believe. I'm not an astrologer. I always say that. It's not my forte, but I have been studying more and researching a little bit more so that I can incorporate it into my card readings, because it's definitely relevant. And we're kind of at that middle point. So the things that you begin to manifest now, I don't think are really going to come full circle until the end of the month. So again, be careful of the direction that you head in response to this stuff, because it's going to play out the way it needs to play out, but it's going to depend on your decision right now. Your environment is the 9 of Cups. There tends to be a little bit of pride or ego. Now, I actually really love this card a lot. I love the image choice as well. Just always making sure my camera's still going. She just is very haughty, very like, and has a little attitude, and there's a lot of pride and ego, and there's a lot of I'm going to do what's best for me. Now, 9 of Cups can also speak to wishes coming to fruition as well. However, with this deck, intuitively, I feel like it speaks to the ego and pride more so. You've been through a lot. You've earned the right to say no. You've earned the right for people to try to cross the bridge to you. And I think that's kind of what's happening. Like, you're kind of on your own path, doing your own thing. And if your partner is sort of resurfacing something, you're like not even about to entertain this, because it just is, I'm getting like this agitated vibration, like you're annoyed by this thing that may happen, or by this communication, because it's kind of like maybe you've already decided or something. 10 of Cups in the hopes and fears. Maybe you even feel like whatever it is resurfacing is too good to be true. So it's like a hope that it's going to be great and a fear that it's going to be terrible. So if you are experiencing an ex coming back, okay, or a friend coming and kind of expressing a little bit of love or whatever, and maybe you kind of some of you may even get really the butterflies and feel a really strong connection, as comes with the devil as an intensity of connection as well. You may be really second guessing yourself and being like, I'm going to need them to prove to me that they really want me, because I'm afraid of maybe having the wool pull over my eyes or something. Is it really as great as it is? There's a lot of concern, a lot of questioning, a little bit of analysis going on as well. So again, remember not to act reactively, but to sit back, and maybe this pride is actually a good thing. This ego is doing you a service, because it is helping you to remain detached enough to make a proper decision here. Hero of Wands, we have a fire sign. So this is actually the card of Leo, but could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. someone very charismatic, very majestic as well, very attractive, very charismatic, magnetic, outgoing, all these beautiful things, likely successful in their own right as well. Now, I don't know who this is. Maybe it's the person coming back, okay? Or it indicates your partner. Someone coming back and being your Achilles heel, kind of striking that weakness in you. Naturally so. A very beautiful energy, a beautiful vibe, someone that you would want to be a part of what they have going on. But like I said, there was a lack of enthusiasm in the past. There was a reason why something didn't pan out. There was a reason why you didn't take that leap. All right. And I think you need to stick fast to that. There's a reason why. You are undergoing a huge deal of transformation and change, and you are likely, like I said, not going to hear what you want, or not going to say what they want you to say. Like, there's a little bit of a lack of compromise going on here with the Page of Cups in the reversal. Things not being said, things not being expressed, almost purposefully not being said because you don't want to stroke that other person's ego, or you don't want to give them that validation or something. Again, it's just a lot of stress. Like, it's good, and even some of you may be kind of feeling feelings of love, or feeling connections, or feeling those butterflies or whatever, but those butterflies are interrupting kind of your healing process and whatever this death entails, this transformation or whatever. This change that you're undergoing, it is kind of jamming a wrench in the spokes for you a little bit. And you are hesitant to give that person validation because you just don't want to. I will tell you what, guys, this month has kicked my ass. Gemini, your energy and mine. I do not do well when there are things going on in Gemini. And I think it's because we're both kind of ruled by Mercury. I'm a Virgo, both ruled by Mercury, so I am very connected to the Gemini sign, but kind of I have no planets in Gemini, nothing happening in Gemini in my chart. And so when stuff is going on there, it's like, it's very disorienting for me. I've been very disorganized, I've been very flaky and non-communicative, and not answering my emails and doing like, it's just been a mess this month, just because I just can't focus. It's so bizarre. Anyway, I don't know how you guys live like this. All right, just kidding. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead. Okay. Judgment. Yes, using your better judgment. This is a moment for you. It's a moment for you to use your better judgment, okay? You've had an awakening already. You've gone through this. That's why you have the Death card in the foundational position, because you have acknowledged something. There has been something that has come to light, and now is your chance. Now is your chance to filter. Like I was saying with the Nine of Cups, you are filtering out options. You are filtering out, expressions of love, or not filtering out expressions of love, but you are filtering out the not good, things that are not good for you. Please remain in this state if you can. It's super, super important. You seem to have a heightened intellect and a heightened level of logic. All right, and I believe we have Mercury entering Gemini as well. So your planet entering your sign on June 6th, according to cafeastrology.com. I'm trying to learn astrology a little bit, like I was saying. So hopefully it speaks to you guys a little bit. Mercury entering Gemini, and so your ruling planet, allowing that clarity of mind. Likely this was something that was very cloudy, likely something very confusing and disorienting, and something very like hazy. But now you've reached a point of clarity. And again, it's like this resurfacing of this stuff is like ugh, and it drives you crazy. And it is your Achilles heel, because likely it is someone that you either love or are in a relationship with, someone that you wanted a relationship with in the past, or an ex that's now like coming back on his white horse and all romantic and whatever. And you're just like, oh, how dare you, right? How dare you come and disrupt what I have going on? And you know, like, if you really want something, then you're really going to have to do something for me, you know? Not in a selfish way. I don't see selfishness here at all. And Gemini, you don't tend to be selfish. So it's not, you know, not really that characteristic at all. Death and the Four of Coins reversed. This is the card of Narcissus looking at himself in the river. It's reversed. So, you know, things coming out, whether it was communication or information, right? Judgment speaks as well to having clarity and understanding as well. Information coming out, or, you know, we also had, I'm going to speak a little bit to this super moon that we had in Gemini as well, which speaks beautifully with this Four of Coins. And we have this reflection going on, our desires being reflected in ourselves. And it's like, if I desire someone who is superficial, what does that say about me? Like, if I'm in love with someone that hurts me, what does that say about me? So there's been this vibe, this energy, this like really magical, again, transformation, death, all right? I'm not really digging this word transformation, but it's like the only word that I can think to say to really illustrate my point. And there has been a shift in mindset. And now, and this can be a really demanding energy as well, demanding person, someone that does require a lot of attention and requires your approval and your validation, right? So if you are in love with someone that requires so much from you, and you have been willing to give in the past, what does that say about you? Now, it can go both ways. It can say I'm an awesome person and like I'm such a kick-ass like quality partner, or it could say, wow, I don't really have a lot of self-respect and I really don't value myself that much. So it can really go both ways. It doesn't have to be negative. It can be positive as well. So maybe that's something that you've kind of been thinking about, and how your values and your your values and your ambitions and your goals, and how they really say about what they really say about your soul. You know, it's very deep. And the card of Narcissus coming out does mean that there's likely a recognition of that reflection and being like, wow, I never really thought of myself as this, but maybe I really am. You know, likely even more reason why you are not willing to give or bend at this particular point in time. I'm not saying it will always be that way, but for now, yes. Temperance coming out in the future, Three of Wands in the past. Maybe you have been waiting for this person, right? Maybe waiting for communication, waiting to have a moment, right? Maybe you've been waiting to have a moment, and now that the moment comes, you don't need the moment anymore. It's amazing how that works. You know, sometimes all we need is just our needs to be met, and that's it, right? Once the need is met, that we don't need it anymore. And I know that sounds so obvious, but it's, or not that the need is met, but that the other person is willing to meet the need. Like, all we need is that willingness, I guess. That makes more sense. Temperance in the future, calm. Now, I was thinking about temperance, and in the traditional deck, it's like an angel pouring water from one cup to the other. So it speaks to balance in that regard. But it also references like the exchange and flow of energy from one thing to the next. And, you know, scientifically, not a scientist, but they say that energy can only transform from one thing to the next. It can never really go away. It's just either one thing or it is the other. So this is really your chance and your choice to transfer energy or to keep energy, or like really where to apply the energy. Because you can apply it to this situation, you can apply it to the past, or you can apply it to the future. And right now, like I said, make a wish. Now is the time to make a wish, and it can start to begin to manifest over the next couple of months. All right, giving your mind and your heart a little bit of a break. And the Tower, or the Shipwreck. So some really dramatic stuff happening up here in your mind and in your thoughts, and kind of leading you over the next month. This is the Tower, okay, but in this deck it's the Shipwreck. And it speaks to drastic change, lifestyle change, maybe what happened between the two of you. Well, maybe it's the entrance of this person, or the resurfacing. Again, Six of Cups is about the past. It also speaks to superficiality. It speaks to like dating and even friendships as well. So if this doesn't speak to you in terms of a romantic situation, it can be family and even children. So love reaches all areas of love and human interactions, okay? So drama in the mind. I hope you're not overreacting. I don't sense an overreaction, but it's kind of like more of a processing of what's going on, and realizing that maybe that ship had a leak the whole time, you know, or there was always a crack in the foundation and it never could have worked, or this never could have happened, or that this particular issue just never could be resolved because of X, Y, and Z, you know. And again, the lifestyle change, or the emotional change of emotional state is quite big. And now you're kind of left again with this sense of pride and being like, I earned this. I earned the right to be calm and to not make rash decisions and to not push myself. And I've earned the right to just be where I am and to be who I am and to not make any excuses anymore. You know, I waited and I didn't maybe get what I wanted, and as much as I care about you, as much as I love you, and as much as I want this to occur, or I did want this to occur, like right now I really need to think it through before I make a mistake, or before I make some big decisions that could really impact the rest of my life. And you know what, Gemini, you have earned it. You absolutely have earned it. So don't let anyone pressure you or push you to do or say or do anything. You know, this very calm and moderate state that you're in, I think that's a beautiful place, and it will give you a nice break after a lot of the activity that has been happening in your sign. Yes, the Enchantress of Cups. Very emotional, very, very deep running emotion. And it seems to me like there's a little bit of a contrast here. Hero of Wands and Enchantress of Cups. Make sure you can see those. Glare. Oh, it's so dark, you guys. Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was so dark. Hopefully that's better. Wow, sorry. Well, I'm not going to redo this reading. But there is a lot of contrast here, okay? So you might be battling a fire-water situation, you coming out as the water and someone else coming out as the fire. Deep emotions, and this person, I think, is better at pushing emotions aside. Now, it's interesting that you and air signs coming out with deep emotions, and maybe again, feeling a little bit disoriented by the emotions as well. And likely the deep emotions are causing the lack of strength, all right? They are causing that imbalance that I'm talking about and causing that annoyance. Like the emotion is maybe more of the annoyance than that person or the issue. And the way it makes you feel, because I think it makes you feel intensely. I love this card. I've always said how much I love this card, right? And she's so like, she's the sorceress, Circe. She's a sorceress or an alchemist, and she's poisoning the water in this image, poisoning the water so that the, I don't know, wife or girlfriend of the man that she loves will perish, right? And it's very dramatic, and it's like possessiveness, you know? And not saying that you are I'm not saying that you are being possessive. I'm just saying it's that very deep running emotion that is a little bit like throwing you off your game. Ace of Coins, an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for substance. Now, this is in your environment. Maybe that's something that this person is offering. Maybe they're offering some type of solution to the issue. Maybe they are offering some type of a compromise. It can be the introduction of a new love, okay? Or likely a love with something from the past. There's too much of a past connection happening in the center of the reading that it's likely it's not someone new, right? It's likely someone that you already know. And the Hierophant, hopes and fears. 10 of Cups. The Hierophant, this is love, this is marriage, this is relationships. This is like, you know, I really think that maybe someone could be bringing an offer to the table for you for the next level. So for those of you who are already married, it's like, let's have a baby, or it's let's go buy a home, or let's retire. For those of you who are single, it's someone wanting a relationship with you. But again, be careful. Is it too good to be true? We already had that opportunity. I already waited for you. You can't just come in now and promise me everything that I wanted and disrupt my life like this. And I really, really think that it's going to cause this stomach in knots type of situation. 9 of Wands in the reversal. Very guarded, very protective, very, like, almost even unwilling to fight. There is an unwillingness to fight here. Like, something about this just isn't right. Like, so as an example, if you are married and let's say you do want to have babies, but maybe there's been a disagreement with that in the past, you decided not to have babies right away. And now it's like, okay, well, let's have babies, but it's still like not quite right for you. Maybe the timing or the finances haven't aligned. Maybe you're traveling too much, or there's some instability going on, and you're like, ugh, why are you bringing this up? I know we want this, and I know that's where we're going, but I can't do that right now. It's not what I want, you know. And so that's kind of the type of interruption that I'm really talking about. For those of you who are in a relationship, you're really on 2 different pages, okay? And right now, I think you hold a little bit more of the power, because I'm sensing that someone is coming to you for permission for something, or they're coming to you for allowance of something. If you are single, it's like someone coming back and you being the one that gets to make the decision. So I'm sensing that a little bit. I'm not sensing power struggles per se, or like, if you're in a relationship, it's not like who's the more powerful one. It's more of them convincing you to do what they want kind of thing, is more the vibe that I'm getting. Now, this is a general love reading. Everyone's story is going to be a little bit different. If this doesn't resonate with you at all, which it's likely that it won't, you can always watch your ascending and moon signs as well, or your Venus sign if you know it. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Hero of Coins. See, I'm wondering if this is the same person, the Hero of Coins and the Hero of Wands. This is a very aggressive person. Someone is aggressively trying to get your attention, and you are aggressively trying to tackle your spirit of death. Okay, you're seriously, like, I'm super focused, don't interrupt me, I'm trying to make my way through this, I'm trying to work through it, it's not fair to you, you know, like, I'm saying he because it's a male on the card, but it could be male or female. They are fighting for you, and you are fighting for your own sanity more than anything, right? For your own peace of mind. Because Gemini, I think you haven't had a lot of peace of mind over the past couple months. There's been so much activity going on in your life, and I mean, there still is going to continue to be a lot going on. We even have Jupiter going direct on June 9th as well. We've got Neptune retrograding. So there's stuff going on that affects you, and this is something that you just like will not do. Six of Swords. See, you're trying to move away. You are trying to detach from this thing. Again, there's two cards of sirens, right? The siren, which is the devil, and then there's the Six of Swords, which is an image of sirens trying to lure the sailors in. So there's two of these cards in this particular deck. And I love when they come out together because it means the temptation is really severe. And if you are aware of it and you can like preempt it, then you're less likely to succumb to the temptation. And the Ace of Swords, right? Some information came out, some information sorry, I just saw this. So some information came out or some conversation was had, right? Oh, I just totally pulled out more than, well, I think that was meant to happen, okay? It was an accident, meant to happen. Two of Coins, balance, you know, keeping everything afloat, keeping everything going, keeping everything the way it's supposed to go. Maybe, again, doing a lot of things, managing a lot of stuff, managing a lot of, you know, we all wear different hats, whether we're mothers and fathers, we're colleagues, we're clients, we are customers, we are, you know, neighbors and members of the community and this and this, and then we all wear these hats, and there's so much responsibility associated with each one, and you're the one that's like a champion at keeping it going, you know. Ace of Swords, powerful knowledge, intellect, like I'm saying, again, you've probably had a lot of sharpness of mind lately, a lot of activity with the Mars in your sign, and really being really in your element, you know. And this is knowledge, this is a conversation, this is clarity and understanding. Now moving into the future, Hero of Swords, that's you for sure, okay? And there's this compassion. See, and that's the thing, is that there's caring. You do care. And obviously if you're married and you want babies, of course you care. Of course you do. If you are like not even married with babies, if you're single and this is an ex, you don't want to just throw them away. You care. And Geminis are incredibly caring people. And there is a level of compassion, but be very, very careful of the amount of compassion that you offer, okay? Be prepared for something to happen. Be prepared for something. It doesn't have to be bad, okay? The Tower is not always bad. It's usually more just emotional, right? Something emotional happens. In an ex contacting you, or your partner bringing up an issue that we already kind of left in the past, or you know, it's like maybe at one point you wanted it, they didn't. Now they want it and now you don't, kind of thing. And it brings up a lot of past baggage. So just be prepared for a little bit of emotional warfare within yourself, right? Because I think it's mostly within yourself. They will be likely aggressive. Likely they will be aggressive in trying to make something happen and trying to, you know, get you to do something or whatever. But if you're prepared for the battle and you're prepared to say no, or prepared with your answer, whether it's yes or no or whatever it is, it will make it easier and it will make it more manageable. Hero of Cups, okay? King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Definitely someone there. We pulled out all the kings, every single king. Cups, swords, wands, coins. All right, so there's a lot of masculine energy, masculine polarities. Now, some of you could be dealing with other people. I'm speaking to it in terms of like you and someone. But if there are multiple people or multiple people buzzing around, or if you're in a relationship, maybe someone comes up and is like trying to interrupt your marriage or your relationship or something like that. What's interesting is I don't necessarily see you participating, right? I don't see you sacrificing what you've going on, because remember, you're too proud. You're too proud to let this affect you, and I think you have too much at stake. Okay, but just be careful that you're not reacting and you're not, making rash decisions. Be sure to take your time and think things through. Talk to people if you have to. Get advice. Talk to friends. Talk to your partner. If this is in fact a third party situation and there's someone else coming into your life and you're like, I don't know what to do. Talk to your partner about what's going on, and likely they will put your mind at ease. I'm not sensing that this is someone that you really want in your life, right? Like, it's not like if you're married, it's not like an ex that's coming back and you want to be with them. It's more that you're just like, well, I wanted this whole life with you, but you didn't give it to me, so I married someone else. And how dare you come into my life and mess it all up? You can't do that kind of thing. And I'm getting really specific with my examples. Obviously, that's not going to be what it is for everyone, but just roll with it, interpret it as you see fit. It's open for interpretation. 3 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, such an emotional position this person is putting you in. It's not fair. I'm really sensing that this specific position is not fair. And it is something that you didn't ask for, right? It's something that's kind of happening to you, and you were just kind of living your life and doing your thing, and all of a sudden this person resurfaces or this thing comes back up and you're like, like I said, how dare you? And it does cause you a lot of grief. You do care, you do want to understand, and I don't think you want to burn any bridges here. You're trying to take care of everyone involved as peacefully as you can. And, unfortunately, it's causing sorrow and grief and heartbreak. 3 of Swords. The Emperor. Some of you are really wanting a man, right? A man or a woman, a partner, someone who's like gonna be there with you through thick and thin. And this is a hope, right? A hope of stability, a hope of concrete and predictability as well, and stability. And I see the Emperor and the Hierophant and the leader of this particular family, this man here, okay, the man with the child and the wife. It's that man, it's that one that can be relied upon no matter what. And the 8 of Swords, yes, some mental prison, some entrapment of some kind. It's not a negative reading, but I hope it helps you to preempt, like I said, to be prepared, maybe knowing that this may come up, and likely what this could possibly be, okay? And again, with that supermoon in Gemini that we just had, likely some of you have already gone through this, and someone surfaced and someone came out and told you the way they feel, and it really maybe messed with your mind, and now you're like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, it tightens you, it makes you feel suffocated, it makes you feel trapped and unable to move. But remember, you have the power. Remember, it all lies in you. You are the one that brings this all together, or takes you into the future in whichever direction that you so choose. So make a wish, Gemini, make a wish, and it will come true if you actively start working toward that thing, okay? But you got to know what to wish for, all right? Kind of a dramatic reading, but seriously, good luck. I really, really wish you absolutely nothing but the best, all right? Thank you so much. Bye.